Okay, the climbing curve, to marry the two fundamental principles in this style of spey casting, one being that when the rod tip passes your position, in other words your shoulder, it has to be rising. It can be rising either on a climbing curve or on a straight line incline. As long as it's rising when it passes you, that's one of the rules. The other one is that the top hand is the pivot or the fulcrum or the pivotal point or the axis. Now if you marry the two of them, to form a D-loop, then you have spey casting under control. The problem being, of course, that normally when you push the bottom hand out, the top of the rod will drop down behind. And the single most important thing to stop this happening is the tilt of the rod here. If I have the rod tilted here, because I've lifted too high or start to do an overhead cast, when I push the bottom hand out, even if I elevate the top hand, the rod tip will drop. Critical thing is that after the lift, I move the rod to one side and I have this tilt on the rod. Now that allows me then to keep pushing the bottom hand out and still elevate the tip of the rod, elevate the hand, and the tip of the rod is rising in a climbing curve. What does a climbing curve mean? It means the path of the tip of the rod. It means the furthest back position the rod tip arrives at, it rose to that position in a curve shape. So it's curving up. It's concave or dish shape. It's not domed or convex. And the tilt then is the most important thing, because there's a point beyond which I just can't get the rod tip to keep rising when I'm too high of an angle here. I've got to tilt the rod to the side, and that's why the incline exercise is so important. It teaches us to work in that plane. So when I do my normal jump roll then, after the lift, and I merge straight away into the sweep, my rod is tilted at that angle, then I've no problems.